Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we take a look at Joytoy's Marine Corps Frogmen, a 1/18 scale action figure. These are recommended for adult collectors, and this is the packaging it comes in. If you can see right here, it kind of looks like the Battle for the Stars logo if you are a long-time Joytoy collector, but it actually says military figures. So back in the day, Joytoy used to pump out military figures like crazy. Now they pretty much just pump out Warhammer figures. So this is pretty cool. Been putting it off to buy one. I finally picked one up, but here he is. He looks pretty cool. So what's nice about this figure is no country affiliation. He can be any U.S. Navy SEAL, or he could be whatever you want for whatever country you're from. But box is pretty cool. I like the artwork. So the back of the box shows a couple of different product images. I've got a good bit of stuff with this guy. Pretty cool. There's the top of the box. Bottom of the box is actually white. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like a jungle scene or a swamp, maybe. There's the side of the box. Other side of the box. Your box will come in saran wrap or plastic wrap. I took mine off because it always glares with the lights. So, let's check this guy out. So here he is, straight out the box. This is how he's packaged. He has a good bit of his gear, all on the figure. So it looks really cool. I love the black, obviously, and then the green, which is your military, kind of looks like olive drab. So we're gonna call it olive drab. So it looks really awesome. Those two colors go together very well. So let's see what we can do here. This piece comes off. I'll take a look at these pieces here in a bit. Some of his other accessories. We got flippers on. We can take those off. And I'm not going to take off a lot of his armor or anything like that. It's just I want to see some of that articulation after we take a look at the aesthetics. Of course, it's going to be very important about his articulation because can we give him swimming poses? Can we give him some nice dynamic poses to fit in with some of our other 1/18 scale military figures, especially swimming? It's always an issue with the swimming or flying figures. Never get the proper articulation, in my opinion, but what do I know? But here's our head sculpt. It's I want to say diver's head mask / night vision, underwater night vision. Pretty unique. Don't have any figures with this type of gear or head sculpt or divers that have that kind of overall aesthetic. With the red lenses, some silver there, some silver throughout. The black respirator. The helmet looks pretty good from the side. Silver kind of a hose there. Brown strap. The back of it. Other side. The top has like this black piece that comes across, which is going to be a part of the strap piece here. This is really, really nice. Very cool. Definitely different. So we have this this vest. This underwater tack vest, I guess. There's some yellow. I guess these are supposed to be lights. Obviously, have this peg for his gear. This silver pouch there, we're going to call it. On that side also. On the back, we have some more pouches. There's a lot going on. You get a lot of sculpting on this. There's a bigger pouch in the center. Some more pouches there. And then we have the strap. It looks like we have real working straps here on the shoulders. So this comes off, and then you can take all this gear off this guy. So the vest comes off. These come off. It looks like that maybe nah. If that comes off or not. But we had these shoulder pads with maybe some lights. Looks like that might come off. That ring around his wrist. It has his green gloves. Have some kind of maybe dive watch there. Kind of meter for death. Here's a brown belt. We have some color here. We have the red and yellow cylinders there. maybe a flare. Looks like there's another real working belt. That's really cool that you're getting real working straps. I can't wait to see that in some of our other toy lines from our bigger companies. So we're going to use real special backpack straps. The thigh pad has a couple pads here. This is obviously removable. Another one here is removable. Got some pouches there for gear. Obviously, it's just all aesthetics. We have a nice sleeve here on this one leg, and that's obviously removable. And we have these pieces here. It's like an ankle piece. Like those are also removable. Just kind of cover up his feet. That's what that's for. It has to be because there's his knee pads right there. Overall, this is a very nice figure. He feels solid. Now I have a lot of the Joytoy figures. I've been supporting them for pretty much just past their initial launch because their first launch figures were terrible in QC. So I got around maybe 6 months later because I knew they were bad and the way to improve they did. So, but what I'm getting at here is this figure feels solid. The articulation is definitely, used to have to heat everything was stuck. I can feel these joints fluently wanting to move, so let's check it out. Overall, he can look down, he can look up, 360 all the way around. Then we have the side motion. So let's put him like this, and we can get somewhat of a upward look. For the most part, as we utilize the chest armor or articulation underneath that armor, so you can look up pretty good. Not the greatest, but still decent. I mean, there's a lot of range there. Arms rotate 360. That's really cool that you could do that without heating it. So automatic T-pose, probably can get a greater range if you take off these shoulder pieces. 360 rotation, obviously. There's our joints right there. They fit really nice. They are painted black, or sculpt or manufactured black, so they don't stand out, which is great. Single jointed elbow gets you better 90 on both arms. So this hand will rotate 360, and I don't think we have any wrist joints. Nope, I just see the peg there. Not seeing any joints in these arms, hands, wrist. They're kind of on that ball thing. Oh, they're on that ball thing, so they go back and forth, side to side. It's just because of that ring piece is pulled down too far. Yeah, that's what that is. That's their new ball joints. Okay, I should remember that. All right. Waist swivel. There's obviously chest articulation right there. We should take off the vest. I really want to fight with it. Pretty good split. Pretty cool figure. And I know your ranges, and obviously I have a new figure, so there you go. Pops right back on, and then we can do a split this way. Can he sit? He sure can. Pretty cool. He does have thigh articulation, 360 there. He does have double joint knees, so that's great. Okay, now for the feet, they do pivot down pretty good for the swimming effect. Up some. Now we have this piece here. Let's see if we can get that out of the way. Wow, that's pretty good. And then we have the around the ankle to give you that side-to-side rotation, so which is really cool. Yeah, he actually has a nice balance. So, I mean, getting cleaned up a little bit here. So we can take a look at some of his other stuff. Now, let's take a 360 look at him so you guys can see if you want this guy. Kind of want a little squat, these guys, but they're not cheap. They're staying around like $38. So anywhere between $35 to $40 for this guy, which is quite high. It's definitely not an army builder price. I mean, obviously, if you have all the money in the world, you can do buy whatever you want. But And as a standard, I guess, you know, he's kind of on a higher end of one army build, especially for me. So he has these tanks that go on his back. They're just black. I have the green on there, so that's really cool. Breaks up all that black. Just a peg on the back here. And fits really nice. So that's really, really cool, right? So we have this, I guess this is his air tank in the front, respirator. It's green, black, silver. One thing I did notice when I was taking that off is like obviously it sticks on that peg there, but it looks like this piece pegs into his mask. There's a hole right there, if you can see that. I bet you that's not going to reach, or it's going to be pretty much very difficult to get that to go on and stay on. So you guys have, if we just put on this part, which is very easy, but getting that, see here, getting that head to line up with this piece may take some, you know, some crazy angling, or maybe some heat, because I put that in there, head's all the way down, holding that in. Can I get it? I think I might have. Do you see that? So it's sitting sideways a little bit, but as soon as you move that head, it's over. Nothing's coming out. So he has to kind of stay with that center position and kind of downward position, so he can have the hose in his mouth. So he wouldn't be able to raise his head up in a diving position. So that's without popping that hose out, which we're going to be taking a look at if it doesn't fall out by then. By the time we took a look at some poses, he has 2 flippers with the peg in them. So basically, and then I kind of noticed from being in the packaging pre-installed, I kind of like warped it a little bit. That may be some heating, and I don't know if that hole is a correct depth, because this, I'm getting a lot of resistance. Yeah, see how much I push it back out? I just wanted to try, I know it's backwards, I was just trying, because I noticed when I put him on a packaging, he had, those were popped up, and I wasn't totally sure if that was from being in the package, or if it's going to be a problem. It may take some heating and some opening up that hole, where I'm putting a lot of pressure on that. So it comes out, I mean, it goes in, but doesn't stay in. See that? Let's try to do it on the ground like this. Shove in that foot. See if I get the hole lined up first. Okay, we got a hole lined up. It's flat. And let's stay flat. It seems to be pretty good. It's just doing it a little bit. A gappage there. Yeah, it's starting to come back out. It fits pretty good. I think it's going to take some heating and retraining the plastic to get that to fit over time. So very, very cool. So it comes with a diver's knife, or dagger maybe. It's nicely sculpted. Some grip there cut out. Nice shape of blade. Very cool. It's very small. Remember, this is when things go. So, let's try to be creative and put it backwards and see how that looks. Because he is a diver, and he's probably going to do some sneak attacks on, coming out of the water. So he can hold that really nice. Even with the trigger finger hand, so I mean that's in there really nice. So, and he stands like really well with the flippers on. You have to worry about him falling over as long as the flippers stay in there. Next up we have, it looks like the harpoon gun, which we have that black, the green on it, and then we have a harpoon that goes in it. It's really nice. Oh, you heard it. Very solid. No bendage. No soft plastic here. So we have a harpoon with a little piece of plastic peg. That looks pretty menacing. And I believe that would go, in here maybe. Oh, be very careful. Does that bend? That's tough. Be careful with that. And I don't know how deep that is. We're going to go right there. Because I got to see how deep that is. I want to break that peg off. That kind of scared me a little bit. That's what sucks when you pay like $40 for a figure. Like, oh my god, I broke it. Not trying to, but that's pretty cool. So you get that. You do get this piece also. So it's like a same kind of harpoon, but you got this wire on it. Unless you're like Chuckles from G.I. Joe's and you start throwing stuff like bombs off to the Havocs. Pretty sure that's not what that's for him to chuck. So it fits a little better in there. So maybe it's just giving you an overall stake that you fired a harpoon and then, or a spear, whatever you want to call it. And it's in, mid-flight for figure photography, displays, which is pretty cool. Set that aside. Since I got that out, this goes into his boot. And it fits very nice. Yeah, I didn't forget. It's a little bit of friction there. Doesn't fall out, so that's pretty good. Now we have this harpoon gun. Let's see here. Looks pretty good. Gonna hold it really good. So it's your choice. We could have, this piece. Okay. We're gonna pop in this piece. It's got like a lot of stuff. Pretty cool. Alright. Alright, we'll leave that for a sec. Tell you what, before we go to a couple more things, let's get rid of these guys since you guys can look at that for a second. We have an open hand. We have a gripping hand. And then we have more of a trigger finger. Let's get the hands out of the way because I think the hands are like the least exciting thing to review. So, alright, so that's stayed in pretty good so far. That hose, I haven't moved the head yet. Okay, drop the figure, go figure. Here we have, so we have nice M4. This is really nice. Grip, scope, clip. Nothing's removable, obviously. It's just but it's not. It's a solid piece. It's not really flexible plastic. No drill barrel, nothing like that. This is kind of on a smaller side. I sort of just downsizing on these weapons. It just seems. Let's see how it looks. It comes out the water. It has his weapon. Those are pretty good. Now, if you have this piece on, you're not going to get a two-handed wield because that's just in the way. So that's not good. So before we go to the extra head sculpt, I'm going to take a look here. So obviously, we want to see how well we can pose this guy in a swimming position. So from the lower half of this, he looks pretty good, right? It does, you get the aesthetic. And then obviously you can put his hands out. Like he's swimming. Got his tanks on his back. Alright, so if I can get this in the camera. So now I want to try to raise his head up so we can look forward because we're swimming. And that's what happens. This piece isn't flexible enough to remove with the head sculpt. It's going to pop out. But you can get a decent frontward swim regardless of their hoses. And that's definitely a disappointing because that's a big part of the diver. But nothing's perfect, I guess. It's a nice solid figure. Alright, that looks cool, right? So let's get him down from his swimming position. And we will go ahead and we would compare alternate head. Now, I wish they got like just a normal diver's head, and we could compare it to like maybe the torpedoes from Judge Classified. Just the wetsuit over the head, but these we have this as the extra head sculpt. The lower mouth is exposed, and we still have that optics lenses on his face. Same type of helmet, same type of details. You get an extra ball peg, but I wish we'd have had that extra dive. Let's take this off for a sec, and then we can take a look at that gun and see what happens. Okay, that comes off really easy. That goes on really easy. All right. So there's our additional head sculpt. That's really cool. I'm just happy to have a new modern military action figure. It's not really... I mean, it's a super nice figure, regardless of that stupid hose issue. But that's... I don't know. It's not a deal breaker, I guess, but it's just disappointing. Oh, well, get over it. And let's see here. We can bring that across. Now remove that tank. And without even swapping on hands, I can get a decent two-handed wield. Looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Well, that's about all the stuff you get. I mean, that's a bunch of stuff. So, pros and cons. Pros is we haven't had any military figures from Joytoy for a while. I heard that there was a couple, maybe another soldier and a PLA soldier, which is the People's Liberation Army of China. So you get another Chinese soldier and another American soldier. But there's only one of each. So they're like, I think they're going for like $26.99, $29.99. And this guy's been out for a little bit, so he's probably like in, I don't know, a good 5-6 months maybe. Cons on this thing, it's got to be that respirator is the biggest thing. Price, I mean, it's kind of steep. Other than that, I like the figure. Nice figure. The materials feel good. It feels like a premium figure, what you're paying for. Get a lot of accessories. Alternate head sculpts. I kind of wish I had, a diver's rubber suit head, which you see his face. But yeah, it's my own pet peeve. The joints are good. Nothing's stuck. Nothing's breaking. I didn't heat them or anything. They're just straight out the box. So looks very, very good. Well, let me know what you guys think. This video is getting kind of long. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. I really, really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in the next review.